That was bad. Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Slouching Towards Bedlam. Last time we figured out, I think it was last time we figured out how to use the panopticon, which is kind of messed up, and also we have 4 cylinders to listen to today. I'm going to go through all 4 of them. I know we already listened to one of them technically, but first off, I don't remember really what it says, and second, I think it'll make sense to see them all in order, so let's do that, if I can figure out how to run these. Can I just call it January 8th in phonograph? Okay, it seemed to have worked. If we wait, turn on phonograph. Phonograph switches on. Bedlam seems both purgatory and paradise at this moment. I remember the history of the place well enough, of the governor's decision to renovate the site in 15, and the slow implementation of the Urquhart and Bentham's now infamous panopticon plan. In the end, it was nothing more than a final stab at respectability for the site, which has now languished as a home for the hopeless, the poor, and the criminally insane for almost 20 years. With the technology, Yeats told me of a visit he took in the 30s when the place was still open as part zoo, part living drama. I paid little attention to his description of the patient's conditions and instead seized upon the description of the central tower and its prism viewer, by which the entire complex could be overseen by a single man, and the massive archives with their engine-run filing system. Now I shall see it with my own eyes, and I am both happy and sad at the thought. Whoops. I meant G. But anyways. I have but a fortnight to prepare for the move. It has been made clear to me that this is a test. I must prove myself good, quiet, and respectable in the eyes of the governors. With luck, I shall be back at Bedfordshire within half a year's time, ready to take over when the good doctor announces his retirement. Perhaps this will not be so bad. In the public eye, I shall play their game, and meanwhile, I shall continue my own research, utilizing whatever materials Bedlam has to offer. Oh, and that's it. Take cylinder. Put January 22nd in phonograph. Turn on phonograph. January the 22nd. Arrived in London today in preparation for taking over my duties. The cab driver took what seemed a scenic route through Smithfield and generally southward towards Newgate. I covered my nose as best as I could as we passed the slaughterhouse that was on the market, though I noted a mechanist's shop, De Mons and Fleet, which I will try to visit at my earliest convenience, as my worst fears regarding the wireless have been confirmed. It probably says something profound about me that I set up the magnetophone first. While everything else remains boxed or is still on its way from Bedfordshire. As I feared, I found no signal whatsoever. A simple message of calling CQ went completely unanswered, which is unheard of, as there is always someone listening, particularly in such a city as London. I fear the buildings are blocking the signal, and I'll require a booster of some sort. I understood the driver's choice of route when we approached the prison from the north. A huge crowd was gathered for the public executions. I asked him about the particular individual sentenced to the gallows as we passed, and he proceeded to tell me, at great length and with much relish, of the trial of one Mr. Emmanuel Bartholomew. I wondered if today was something special, or if the spectacle of death always attracts such crowds. I heard a cheer go up from the top of the hill as we pulled to a stop in front of the flat. I shall not take this as an omen of any sort. What I've seen of the place is modest, but I am not at all surprised considering what I'm paying for it. I intend to spend as little time here as possible, after all. Bedlam awaits me in the morning. A final note. It seems I have left the majority of my unused cylinders at Bedfordshire. I shall have to write Yeats and ask that he send them down, or perhaps seek out where I may purchase them locally. In the meantime, I shall refrain from making a phonograph entry until something truly monumentous happens. Take the cylinder, and put in March 2nd in the phonograph. I'll turn on phonograph. March the 2nd. It seems the fates have listened closely and decided to give me a monumentous occasion as quickly as possible. I am beside myself. Bedlam seems nothing more than a pit in which Her Majesty may place those she wishes to forget about. Such corruption dwarfs the imagination. Perhaps I overstate the case, but it was the simple ease with which the constable approached me that horrified me. If such things as this happen in a matter of course, then the place has truly been in the hands of the mad for some time. I suppose I should have seen such things coming. The Insane Prisoners Act was passed in '40 was vague enough that it could be used as a political tool, and MacNaughton's trial made it clear that the courts would do so when forced. But at least such things happened in the public eye. My predecessor clearly had some arrangement with the bobbies regarding cases such as these. James told me that he met often with the constable, though he was not privy to the content of those meetings. Simply put, I was asked to make the prisoner in their charge disappear and told me I would be well compensated for keeping things quiet. Part of me wishes I had put up more of a fight, had made an issue, but what choice have I? It has been made clearer to me that keeping things quiet is precisely what is expected of me in my time in Bedlam. I have placed Cleve, whose preternatural silence, even as he struggled in his bonds, gave the entire proceedings a sheen of unreality, in the abandoned upper level of the north wing, keeping the key separate from the rest. James showed it to me on my arrival and stated that while it remained secure, only a few of the rooms were considered to be usable. Still, perhaps this is a blessing in disguise. I have complete singular access to an interesting patient. Perhaps this is the opportunity my studies have been waiting for. And rinse and repeat, take the cylinder, put March 16th, phonograph, turn on phonograph. March 16th, a deep shaky breath. I dread to say it, but I believe I am going mad. The moments come more frequently now. I fear that I have found what I have sought, and I shall not pay the price for it. The scrape of a chair across flagstone, a sigh. Chaos treads the halls of Bedlam. Her work is evident everywhere. I discredit my profession, examining madness as if the world were a fluent thing, and sanity as malleable as the warm wax of a candle. The secret lays heavily on both my mind and heart. I have told no one. I despair a second opinion to confirm my worst suspicions. I have secured all my knowledge of these events within the mechanical assistant left by my predecessor. It is my hope that it would allow me to see the situation from a new perspective and help me discover the key to my salvation. Alas, it has been to no avail. While I found the entry mode easy enough, and the thing seems filled with information regarding the hospital, down to the point of minutiae, it seems helpless in the face of analyzing my current situation. It may be that I have simply not found that by which this growing mystery might be unlocked. Perhaps by subjecting the triage to further experiential data, and may find something that I have missed, but I have little faith left at this point. The sound of a chair creaking. I found a blessing in James. He has been nothing but kind and helpful in my short time here. I find myself wondering if perhaps he can be trusted enough to... But how can I punish him with this knowledge? A sigh. But how can I bear it alone? A sudden noise, as if something wooden being struck, comes through the phonograph. No, I can trust no one in the end, not even James. Perhaps soon not even myself. I must stop here. I feel the faintness coming once again. A scraping noise, a click. May God have mercy upon my soul. I'll take the cylinder again. I don't know if it's necessary, but so what we're learning is that I believe that's us, right? Dr. Thomas Xavier came here to treat some patients psychologically and have been kind of driven mad in the process. And, okay, so I'm going to fool around a bit until I find how to progress, and then we will continue from there. So, look forward to that, I guess. Oh, okay, so here's something I discovered. Push triangle normally didn't do anything, right? But when you push triangle when it's on D, we get the following. Like pushing triangle on the console in the Panopticon, we get the following message. The button clicks downwards and then returns to its original state when released. Nothing more seems to happen for a moment, then a sudden clattering is emitted from the console slot, from which emerges a paper tape. A moment or two later, both the noise and the tape stop. Easily torn from the console, it reveals the symbols F6A142 imprinted on its surface. Number 1, let's write that down. F6A142. I'm guessing that gives us data on like the room we're in. So if we push B and then triangle, nothing happens. Push C. Oh, okay. C gives us, it's the same message, but the symbol's 436182. I should write down which rooms these correspond to. Like, if we look to the viewer and see, that's the one collapsing in on itself. We push E. Push the triangle, we get D. 89E75 is our code, same message. And that's the one where the mirror has shattered Z. So, like B is the one that is flooding. C is the one where the guy was. Is C the one with no? C is the one with the hole. D is the one where the guy was in that we get the code from. I'll write this down again. C is the hole. D is the one with the writing. E is the shattered. Which one's F? F is one whose walls have collapsed. And we get nothing for that. Remove rod from keyhole. So we're going to go east. We'll go east to the archives. And now let's enter the codes that we just got. If we push 4. Oh, turn dial to 4. So we'll do one for room C first. So turn dial to 4, then 3, then 6, then 1, then A, then 2. The humming of the pedestal suddenly increases in both volume and pitch. The tape spins forward, blanking the display. Then searching. Another advance. Then file found. File 4361A2, retrieval. The humming ceases to be replaced with a quick-paced ticking, something like a watch. With an easy grace, 6 thin rods emerge from the sides of the pyramid. Growing quickly, they reveal a series of articulations along their length as they bend downwards. Within moments, they have revealed an impressive span, making a shape not unlike a spider. The lower set of legs, arms, pushes lightly against the base, freeing it. It turns with blinding speed and leaps, and it is gone, running along the walls on 4 legs, its arms gripping at protrusions, flinging it further up. It stops somewhere far above, bracing itself on 2 legs. 2 others reach forward and grip, then pull, opening a distant drawer. Its 2 arms reach inward, flicking through files with blinding speed. Gonna be honest, this is not how I pictured the mechanism working. I didn't think it was gonna be a spider robot, but alright. Then, finding what it seeks, it grabs hold and pulls the folder close to its body. It then gently wraps its arms around to hold it tight. Closing the drawer, it quickly makes its way back, and with a final tick, the pyramid settles itself back into the pedestal, holding out the retrieved folder and 2 articulated rods of brass. The tape advances. It now reads retrieval complete. Let's take the folder. Actually, let's take the folder. And then, I hate to do this, but I am going to have to make my episodes a little shorter for a little while, so we are going to save it here. And next time, we will read through the folders, and we will read through the codes, the folders, the files for all of the rooms we've seen. So look forward to that, I guess. We did get to see a spider, though, so that was pretty cool. Love. Shout out to the spider. But yeah, for now, I'll call it here, and as always, thank you for watching.